Top 10 Facts How China Challenging USA Power. China, home to over one-fifth of the world's population, is a land of superlatives. 40 years of economic growth at a rate of roughly 10% per year have converted the country into a global technology and manufacturing powerhouse. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about top 10 facts how China is challenging the USA power. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. It has landed a space rover on the far side of the moon. The mission included experiments from the Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, and Saudi Arabia. There are plans for missions to Mars and Jupiter, as well as a manned moon landing and a permanent Chinese space station. Number 9. Chinese tourists are driving the growth of global tourism. As China has become more open to the rest of the world, its citizens have begun to travel the world. The number of Chinese nationals taking international holidays is increasing at a rate of more than 6% each year, with McKinsey forecasting that 160 million will do so next year. In 2022, Chinese tourists spent $250 billion abroad. Number 8. China is closing the gender gap, but lots more remains to be done. Progress toward gender parity slowed in 2018, with China ranking 103rd out of 149 nations in the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report. It did witness small increases in the proportion of women in parliament, and it has completely closed the gender gap in professional and technical occupations, as well as women's university education. Number 7. It leads the BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, China, and India. In competitiveness, China's innovation score ranks among the highest in the world, after just Germany, the United States, and Switzerland. However, the index states that it has to improve performance on softer drivers of innovation, such as diversity, collaboration, and various aspects of openness. Number 6. It's a world leader in artificial intelligence. According to the Hurun list, China had 186 unicorn startups in 2018, totaling more than $1 billion in valuation, and it produced 97 new unicorns, or one every 3.8 days, according to the South China Morning Post, which is controlled by the unicorn company Alibaba. China is constructing a massive digital cluster consisting of 11 cities to rival Silicon Valley. The Pearl River Delta, home to approximately 70 million people, will be merged into a massive megalopolis known as the Greater Bay Area. Number 5. China is a world leader in renewable energy, but also in emissions. New coal-fired power plants are still coming online, but an extensive initiative to wind down older facilities is underway. As the nation's wealth grows, so does the demand for power. According to the International Energy Agency, the average Chinese home will need twice as much power in 2040 as it does now. Number 4. 1/3 of the world's new vegetation is being planted in China. Over the course of 5 years, the Shandong Ecological Afforestation Project planted trees on 67,000 hectares of barren mountainsides and saline shorelines, enhancing forest cover and biodiversity. Last year, China established 3 sustainable development zones in Shenzhen, Guilin, and Taiyuan in accordance with the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Number 3. Economic development. China's economic revolution has been a fundamental driver of its march to superpower status. Between 1979 and 2019, China's GDP grew at an average annual rate of 9.5%. This has lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty and established China as a significant player in the global economy. One of the factors contributing to China's economic success is its large pool of cheap labor. China's vast population, combined with cheap wages, has made it an appealing location for international investment, particularly in labor-intensive industries like textiles and electronics. This has allowed China to become the world's largest exporter of goods, while also accumulating huge foreign exchange reserves. China's infrastructure investment has also contributed to its economic success. China has constructed a massive network of highways, railways, and ports, increasing its connectivity with the rest of the globe and making it easier for Chinese businesses to export their products. The Chinese government's policies have also contributed to the country's economic growth. China has maintained an export-led economic strategy, which has helped to increase foreign exchange reserves and strengthen its currency. The government has also made significant investments in education and research and development, which have contributed to China's technical advancement. Number 2. International politics. China's ascent to superpower status has had a tremendous impact on international affairs. China's expanding economic and military prowess has enabled it to take a more prominent role in global events and threaten the current world order. China has attempted to establish its influence in a variety of ways, including through the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. The BRI is a massive infrastructure project that aims to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa with a network of highways, railways, and ports. The plan has been criticized for trapping poor countries in debt and for allowing China to grow its worldwide influence. China has also pushed to strengthen its representation in international organizations such as the United Nations and promote its own initiatives, such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, as alternatives to Western-dominated institutions. China's rise has also resulted in heightened competition and friction with the U.S., which has long been the leading superpower. The United States has accused China of engaging in unfair commercial tactics, stealing intellectual property, and violating human rights. This has resulted in a trade war between the two countries, with each slapping duties on the other's products. In recent years, China has also pushed to capitalize on its foreign policy cornerstones of peaceful cohabitation and mediation diplomacy, emerging as a willing negotiator and peacemaker in global crises and conflicts. To achieve this goal, China scored a huge diplomatic victory by negotiating the re-establishment of Iran-Saudi relations following years of hostility between the two countries. However, disputes with neighbors like India and its disputes over the South China Sea, as well as tense relations with Taiwan, hinder China's approach to peace. Number 1. Military power. China's climb to superpower status has coincided with an increase in its military power. China has made significant investments in its military over the last few decades, with its defense budget increasing at an average annual rate of 9.8% between 2010 and 2019. China today possesses the world's largest standing army, with 2.1 million soldiers, and has produced a number of advanced military technologies, including stealth aircraft, anti-ship missiles, and cyber warfare capabilities. China's military buildup has sparked worry among its neighbors and the international community. Some countries, including Japan and the United States, have accused China of adopting a more assertive foreign policy and attempting to undermine the existing regional and global order. China's claims to disputed territories in the South China Sea have also caused problems with its neighbors. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.